It's 3 a.m. The world is silent. But inside your head, it's a crowded theater. You're replaying a conversation you had 12 hours ago. Or maybe 12 years ago. Suddenly it hits you. The perfect comeback. The witty line that would have won the argument. But here's the cold truth. The person you're arguing with, they've already forgotten you exist. You are fighting a ghost in a war that ended hours ago. Psychologically, this isn't just overthinking. It's your brain's simulation mode gone wrong. Welcome to the world of the mental rewinder. Psychologists call this post-event processing. It's the mental loop that keeps us trapped in the past. Usually we fall into 3 traps. First, we have the perfectionist. If you're a perfectionist, you don't replay the tape to win. You replay it to find where you failed. You analyze your tone, your posture, that one tiny stutter. You treat your life like a movie edit, but you only look at the blooper reel. You aren't seeking truth, you're seeking flaws. Every replay is a new way to punish yourself for being human. Then, there's the people pleaser. If this is you, your mental rewind isn't about your own mistakes. It's about their reactions. You zoom in on their micro expressions. Did they look annoyed? Was that a fake smile? You are scanning the past for social landmines, convinced that if you look hard enough, you'll find proof that they secretly don't like you. Finally, we have the justice seeker. You replay the conversation because you felt unheard. You're effectively a lawyer in a courtroom with no judge, presenting evidence to an empty room. You want validation. You want the world to admit you were right. But since the conversation is over, you're just screaming into a void, burning mental fuel on a fire that went out hours ago. But why? Why does the brain choose to torture us with memories we can't change? To understand this, we have to go back thousands of years. In the wild, social rejection wasn't just awkward, it was a death sentence. If your tribe kicked you out, you didn't survive the winter. Your brain developed a social black box recorder. It replays social crashes over and over so you can learn how to avoid them next time. The problem is, your brain hasn't updated its software in 10,000 years. It treats an awkward text or a stutter the same way it treats a tiger attack. It floods your system with cortisol, keeping you awake because it thinks your survival is at stake. Your brain isn't trying to hurt you. It's a bodyguard that doesn't realize the war is over. Let's look at the anatomy of a loop. It usually starts at 8 p.m. with a single tiny seed, a thought that says, I shouldn't have said that. By 10 p.m., that seed has grown teeth. You aren't just remembering the words anymore. You're starting to feel the physical heat in your face all over again. Your heart rate climbs. By midnight, your brain is writing a 50-page script of what you should have done. You are physically lying in your bed, but mentally, you're back in that room, trapped in a moment that no longer exists. Your bed has become a cage made of what-ifs. This is why you're exhausted. You aren't just living life. You're living every day twice, once in reality and 1,000 times in your head. So, how do you hit the stop button? You use the 5-year rule. Next time your brain drags you back to that awkward moment or that failed conversation, ask yourself one question. Will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, and let's be honest, it almost always is, give yourself active permission to delete the file. You are carrying weight for a version of yourself that no longer exists. If the loop refuses to stop, don't just think, act. Grab a pen and write it down. Getting the thought out of your head and onto a physical piece of paper tells your brain the data has been saved. Once the brain feels the lesson is recorded, it can finally stop the loop and turn off the recorder. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. You are the captain of the ship, not the storm that surrounds it. Which type of mental rewinder are you? The perfectionist, the people pleaser, or the justice seeker? Tell us your story in the comments. Sometimes just sharing the loop is enough to break it. We go deeper into the mind every day. Subscribe to join the hub. Sleep well.